We're going live.
No. We'll do it live.
This is the Come On Man podcast. And here's your host, Paul Bauer.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Is everybody awake yet? I'm not awake yet. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time, but it's only 8 a.m. here in Colorado. Only 8 a.m. in Colorado. What are you guys up to? What do you guys got going on this weekend? You guys have some fun plans? Not this last weekend, but the weekend before, we were supposed to bring Nurse Chick's motorcycle over to my house so she can start practicing riding around the back roads around here because there ain't no cops. There ain't no cops out here. And her battery was dead, and we didn't have time to like get it jump started or working, stuff like that, because we drove all the way down to her house. She lives an hour from me, and I had to like quickly drive all the way back home to interview Troy Francis for an upcoming podcast episode. And so I was like we get there and her motorcycle, like her battery's completely dead. And I was like, babe, I can't work on this right now. We gotta get going. So we had to drive all the way back home. We didn't get to bring her bike over. But you know, she's a independent woman. She fixed it herself. So hopefully we can ride her bike back to my house this weekend. But I'm hosting Rule Zero tomorrow. And I'm also going to be joining the Dragon Ship because I haven't been able to do the Dragon Ship with RP Thor in quite some time. So we'll see how that goes. And then and only if the weather, like, you know, improves this weekend, because riding a motorcycle when it's cold out is not fun for me. It's not fun. There's some people that do it all year round. It's not my bag, baby. It's not my bag. Not my bag. All right, guys. We got some people in the chat. Hey, what's up? Got to keep the eye peeled for the law. The long arm of the law. That's right. Come on, man. Hey, good morning, Phil. Hey, if you guys are watching on Twitter or Facebook, smash that like button, then head on over to the YouTube channel. I'll post this in here. Head on over to this link for you guys on the Facebook. Normally, I sit down the day or the night before I do a live and I write up like some bullet points of some things I want to talk about. And then we get into the topic. And man, I was so busy last night. You know, I had a consulting call for my Patreon. I have a new patron. He's in the premium tier. We had a great conversation with that guy. And then I had to like get dinner ready for my kids. Then I had to edit Monday's episode. And like, by the time all that stuff was done, it's like, you know what? I've got my list here. I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to wing it. I don't normally like to just wing episodes because I think it's kind of unprofessional. But man, a lot of guys in the business do that. Like, I think Ryan goes off the cuff quite a bit. I know Rob says, I don't think he ever has a plan when he goes live, and he can just jaw on forever. Still compelling. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try today. I have my list. We'll talk about the list. We're going to be talking about 30 reasons why women have sex. Okay. 30 different reasons. And the funny thing is, so there's this book called Why Women Have Sex by Dr. Davis. And, you know, he's a evolutionary psychologist, and he wrote that book with some other doctor, some female, I think, some lady doctor. And they came up with 237 different reasons why women have sex, right? And it's like, you know, if you ask chicks on TikTok, they're like, we only do it out of love, right? Or if you ask the MGTOW guys, they're like, they only do it for the money. Turns out there's quite a few more reasons out there than just those two. So this should be fun. This should be fun to get into. We've got quite a few people out there. If you guys are watching live right now, smash that like button. Smash that like button. And sound off in the super chat. Some of these, I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on some of these. It gets really boring if I'm just reading a list of stuff and then just giving my opinion and talking to a camera, and you guys aren't interacting with me in the live chat. You guys in the live chat make it all worthwhile. Oh, hey man, we got a super chat already. Hey, thanks, Nathan. Check this out. You get we're not at the 8-minute mark, so you get this one. You get this one.
Who's the master?
One Leo to the next. That's right. If you're into that chick crack thing, I am a Leo. Are you a July Leo or are you an August Leo, man? The Spurgs are running amok across the internet. Yeah, they are. like button. That's right. Oh, hey, yeah. Happy Friday, Thor. Hey, thanks for joining today, man. Thank you so much. Let's see. Well, let's all be on the watch list together. Red pill. Oh yeah. Tomorrow we're going to we're all going to get on the FBI watch list tomorrow, boy. I'll tell you what. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, the FBI's watch list and how words like red pill and based and looks maxing and Chad, those are all on the watch list. Can't say any of that stuff. Oh, hell yeah, dude. August Master Race. Damn right. Hey, thanks, Thor. Thanks. Tell all your friends. Tell all your friends. I don't understand. Like sometimes I watch other guys' streams. And like Thor's streams are great. Like the guys, if you guys haven't done so, tune into the Dragon Ship right after Rule 0 on Saturday. Great stuff on Thor's channel. Good stuff over there. And I pop in occasionally. I'm going to be on there Saturday. But man, I'll watch guys that they don't have as fun live streams as some of us in Rule 0, and they get like way more views. I'm like, what the hell? Why do people hate me? Right? Oh, come on out to Texas, get some range time therapy. I don't have to, man. I have BLM land like 10 miles out this way. I can just go get some range time out there. I am just conserving ammo right now. Have you ever noticed how whenever the Democrats are in office, like ammo's scarce? But when Republicans are in, there's like, it's just an abundant supply of ammo. It's just like, because whenever the Democrats are in office, like everyone's like afraid that it's going to be Civil War time. So they're just like load up. Or go out to Access Vegas. We'll shoot out dude. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Thor and I were talking about doing that, heading back out to Vegas, maybe next month or in June. And then, yeah, hopefully we can get Rolo on board and Cappy, and like we can all have another Rule 0 at Access Vegas. That would be fun. I'd like to meet Michael Sartain. I haven't met him yet, so that would be awesome. That would be awesome. All right, guys. Before we yes, I will come to Vegas. Dude, I will, man. It's like if I wanted to drive out there from here, it's only a 13-hour drive, but it's like a $70 plane ticket. Like, why wouldn't I go out there? All right, guys. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, hit those notifications. You guys are like sounding off in the live this morning already. I love it. I love it, man. That makes these go by so much quicker. There's so much more fun. You know, even if we never get to the topic at hand and we just like BS in the live, like that would make for a fun episode for me. Maybe not for the people watching the replay, but they're like, we came here for 30 reasons why women will have the sex. We want to know why the women put out. Yeah. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Oh, speaking of in the description, I don't talk about it enough, but I have links to various courses in there. RP Thor is in the chat right now. I have a link to all of his courses. You guys might not know this, but Thor's got, I don't know, a dozen courses, and they're all awesome. I took his dominant masculine presence course. Like, that's a good ass course, man. Like that teaches you some things. One thing that I'm trying to do from Thor's course, and I keep kicking myself for this, Thor might get a kick out of it, is he talks about how when you walk up to somebody and you nod down like this, like you go, hey, what's up? You know, or you're, you know, nice to see you, right? You nod down. That's submissive body language. So he says like a more dominant way to greet somebody is to look up, right? Hey, how's it going? And I'm so conditioned to just like nodding to people when I see them, you know, as sort of like a greeting. And I never do that before, that I'm actively trying not to do that And what I'll find is I in my head, as I'm walking up to someone, I'm like, don't do it. Don't nod down. Don't nod down. And then I do it and I'm like, crap, like what? What the hell? What the hell? So now what I'm trying to actively do is just not nod down. Like, right? Like baby steps. You got to take these things when you're trying this stuff out. You got to take these things in baby steps. So I'm just like, just don't nod at all. Don't nod at all. And then we'll work up to this thing, because it's like when you're practicing eye contact with people. When you're practicing eye contact with people, the first like few, maybe dozen times you do it, it feels so awkward because it's such a powerful thing. Like you could feel someone's eyes on you, you know? And so when you're making eye contact with people, like it makes you, it sort of gets you out of your comfort zone at first, but once you get used to it, it's no big deal. So it's just a matter of like, muscle memory. And so I'm trying to do that because I took Thor's course. It's so awesome. Anyway, links to that in the description. What do we got here? Join the Patreon, patreon.com/comeonmanpod. You can join for as little as $10. Get on the beer credits on Monday's episodes. You also get Monday's episodes ad-free, so just the interview portion, and you get those a few days early on Friday afternoons. In fact, next week, I'm having Mish Chat of Arabia on. He's my guest for Monday. So if you're on the Patreon, you get to see that this afternoon at 4:30 Eastern time on Patreon. So, and then if you want some kind of coaching, join tiers 2 or tiers 3. I keep it simple that way. I like to do my coaching through the Patreon because it's subscription based. And then, when you get what you need out of the coaching program, cancel at any time. There's no contracts or anything. It's just an easy way of doing it. Send a super chat or a super sticker that supports the show more than you know. We already had one. Nathan sent a $5 super chat. And then if you do that, I will play something like this. We're past 8 minutes. If you send a super chat, I'll play this for you.
I was just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah, we're past 8 minutes. We can say that. Get on the email list.comeonmanpod.com. I'll send you some free stickers. If you like those designs, they're also available on mugs as well. Coffee tastes better in these. And there's new Rule Zero merch. If you look down below this video, if you're watching on YouTube right now, there's Rule Zero merch. And then for a limited time, I have a coupon code, 10% off with code EARLYBIRD, all uppercased, one word, 10% off. Get you some Rule Zero merch. There's like ball caps and mugs and hoodies and t-shirts and all that stuff. And then I also created one. So this one says, none of you can be first. So this is for the ladies, right? Ladies, none of you can be first, but all of you can be next. Okay. And I have a new one I just put out this weekend too that says, girl, I'm a bad boy. Girl, I'm a bad boy. Let them know, man. Girls like them bad boys, don't they? All right. And then check out my practical law of attraction course, loa.comeonmanpod.com. It's a mindset course. It's, there's basically 3 explanations to the law of attraction. You have your spiritual explanation. You have your quantum theory. That's where you get into the whole vibration thing. And, if you look up, quantum entanglement and, what's another one? What's another theory out there that's pretty amazing? But look up quantum entanglement. It'll blow your mind, right? That's basically what that says is it quantum entanglement or is it or quantum field? Look up quantum field theory. Quantum field theory basically says that your thoughts do create a vibration, and that vibration does impact the outside world around you and your perceptions of stuff, right? The thing is that when you go down the rabbit hole of like the quantum theory stuff, it is just like, it's so complex that most people just like, their mind can't comprehend it. So they're just sort of like, that's bullshit. Right. And then there's the spiritual theory. So if you are, a man of faith or something like that, that might resonate with you more. But then there's, there's agnostics and atheists out there that are like, I don't believe any of that. Right. That's chick crack. So there's a third explanation, which is the psychological explanation. That's where you get into stuff like your reticular activating system and the placebo effect and stuff like that. That's where I try to keep this course. I try to keep it at that level because most people understand what placebo effect is. Most people understand what reticular activating system is, So if I just keep the explanation to that, more people are like, okay, yeah, I'll try that out. And then they'll see results. But the thing is, it's like, it's all the same. Like all the techniques are the same, no matter what your belief system is. So but this one, it's a mindset course. It's the psychology explanation of this. So if you get your mind right, everything else in your life tends to sort of work out. I will play a commercial for that for you guys that want to get some of this sex. So you guys want to get some of these 30 reasons why women have sex. Play a commercial for that applies to the Law of Attraction course, and then we'll get into these. Do you struggle to find the kind of women you want? Are you tired of swiping away all day on dating apps and only finding mediocre women? When you're out and about at the supermarket or at the mall, all you see are woke liberal women? You can't seem to find a traditional submissive woman that checks all your boxes. What if I were to tell you that the reason why you can't find your traditional submissive woman is because of your mindset, because of your paradigm? We get what we focus on in life. And you have programmed your mind to think that there's only trash women around you. You've programmed your mind by focusing on what you don't want in a relationship. To solve this problem, I've created my practical Law of Attraction course. In my course, I will teach you how to reprogram your subconscious mind so that you will be hyper aware of the kind of women that will check all of your boxes. It's not that they weren't there before, it's just that you weren't aware of them because of your current mindset. So let's change that mindset today. Check out my course by visiting loa.comeonmanpod.com. That's loa.comeonmanpod.com. The law of attraction is nothing without action. So act now. Act now, guys. Act now. What we got here? We have Danny says the nod up is a total Polynesian thing. We always nodded up for howdy. And he says the nod down is a total lower 48 howdy. I think it's also a Midwestern thing. Like everyone out here is like, morning, you know? But then when you take Thor's course, you're just like, it fucks you all up. It messes you all up. All right. Hey, good morning, Caudillo. What's up, brother? Paul going to get us some spooky action? Maybe. Or at least give you some reasons for some spooky action. All right, guys. So yeah, there's this book, right? It's Why Women Have Sex. Dr. David Buss and some other female doctor, right? Dr. David Buss, he's the only cool one though. Anyway, it's called Why Women Have Sex, and you hear about it a lot in the men's space. I haven't read it all the way. You know, like it's on my reading list. But one thing that I discovered, I have one of my 3% brothers on in a 2-part podcast recording we did, where you know, he and I both read, you know, Corey Wayne's book like a lot, right? Like I've read it 21 times. He's read it probably more than that. His name is Brother Jacob. He did, I had him on, we talked about Batman game, right? That was a real popular episode. And anyway, so I had him, he wanted to come back on the podcast. And I was like, what do you want to talk about, man? And he's like, I don't know, whatever you want to talk about, bro. I was like, all right, let me think of something. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask ChatGPT for the top 20 concepts from that book and see what it says. And it pops out 20 different concepts from the book. And I was like, damn, these are spot on. So we went through those. So it's a 2-part episode. I was like, I bet you I could do the same thing with Dr. David Buss's stuff, right? Just get a list, right? Don't read the whole book. Just get a list. And so I asked ChatGPT for the top 30 reasons why women have sex from this book, and ChatGPT spit this all out. So I thought we'd go through these today. It's going to be a fun one. And I want to get your guys' opinion on some of these. All right. Oh, Caudillo. Yeah, that's right. Like the video, guys. God bless. What's Thor say? Oh, it's about my Law of Attraction course. Yeah. Your thoughts and actions extend out into the quantum substrate known as vacuum energy. Hell yeah. God amongst men stuff. I like to say meat hammer energy. Meat hammer energy. Hell yeah. There we go. That's good. All right. The number one reason why women have sex, according to ChatGPT, according to the book, right, is love. Guys, women have sex out of love. They have sex out of love. Women may have sex to express love or to deepen emotional intimacy with their partner. Yeah, right? Like you ask the girls on TikTok, that's the only reason why they have sex, right, guys? What do you think? Think women are out there having sex because of love, guys? I think so. I think that's definitely true. If you guys have a question, send a super chat, guys. Number two is out of pleasure, right? Right? Oh, fist bump the Woo. Number two, the second reason why women have sex is out of pleasure. Women may have sex for the physical pleasure and enjoyment it brings. I think ChatGPT must have met Nurse Chick. She's a horn dog. God bless her. God bless her. All right. Number three, we have intimacy. Intimacy. Women may have sex to feel closer and more connected to their partner. Guys, what's your girl's love language? What's her love language, guys? Is her love language physical touch? Is it physical touch? I did an episode with Paul Benjamin last year sometime on how the love languages are bullshit, you know. They're largely bullshit. It's kind of a good episode. Go back and check that one out. All right, number four. The fourth one, according to AI, the fourth reason why women have sex is curiosity. Curiosity. Have you ever had a chick that wanted to have sex with you because she was curious? Women may have sex out of curiosity to explore their own sexuality. Maybe a threesome, right? Threesome with that, where they're like, I think I'll try that out. I want to see what that's. I want to see what that's about. Have you guys had that experience? Here we go. The number one reason to have sex, women have sex to obtain a value exchange for life success and resources for offspring. Hey, not according to ChatGPT, Thor. Okay, it's for love. They do it out of love, man. They do it out of love. Number five, yeah, I think this gets into what Thor's saying. Number five here is oh no, not this one. Not this one. Sorry. Number five is self-esteem. Number five is self-esteem, right? Women may have sex to boost their self-esteem or to feel more attractive. Isn't that validational sex that Rolo's always talking about? Yeah, there you go. The universe forces them to have sex to maintain the species. It's kind of a big reason. Actually, that's number 10, though. That's number 10. We'll get there. You're jumping ahead. Yeah, so number 5 is self-esteem. Women may have sex to boost their self-esteem or to feel more attractive. So I would say that goes into that validational stuff that Rolo's always talking about. Oh, here we go. Danny sent a $4.99 super chat. We'll give you this one today, man. We'll give you this one.
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah. So he says, nods down. Morning, Paul. Steak, eggs, coffee. Northwest Montana and howdy. Yeah, there we go. Don't do that, man. You gotta nod up, man. It's dominant masculine presence time. Yeah, take Thor's course. The link's in the description. All men's love languages are the same. They really are. You know, that's one of the things that I've learned in the space and in my conversation with Paul Benjamin about it is that like 90% of dudes' love languages, like their top 2 are physical touch and words of affirmation, because those are the 2 things that men don't get especially in long-term relationships, right? Yeah. So, okay. So number 5, self-esteem. The number 6 reason why women have sex, according to AI, relationship commitment. All right. Women may have sex to solidify their commitment to a partner or to test the commitment of a partner. Ooh, to test? That bullshit shit test stuff, guys. Yeah, it's sort of like obligatory. They're like, well, I am his wife. I better put out or he's going to leave, right? Relationship commitment. I got to do my duty. Got to get in there. That's where you hear the female like relationship coaches or the female dating coaches talking about like you should schedule sex. You should schedule sex with your husband, right? Like if you're at the point where you're scheduling it, man, you got issues. You got to work on something, man. She's not finding you attractive, or you're being unattractive in some way. You're acting not, like you're not acting dominant, or you're not taking the lead. You're just being passive and stuff like that. Like, women turns them off. And then they don't know why. Like, women don't know why they're not attracted to you anymore. They just know that they got headaches every goddamn night. I don't know why. I think I got to go see the doctor. I'm suffering from migraines literally every night. Right. Yeah. It's so then they get into the stuff where they're scheduling sex because now it's an obligation, right? It's relationship commitment crap. Yeah. That's why the work never stops, guys. If you want to get into an LTR, which like some guys do, I would say a majority of guys do want to get some kind of LTR. Work never stops, man. You got to always keep putting the work in, or eventually she's going to leave, and then you got to start all over from scratch. A lot of guys get into these relationships, and they're like, well, I already got her. And they just sort of, rest on their laurels and, relax. That's what happened to my first marriage. And even like, my stories with red pill chicks, like totally did that, well, I already got him. Like, why try? And then next thing you know, like the relationship's boring, and you can be anything to a woman, but you can't be boring, All right. Number 7, peer pressure. Peer pressure. Women may have sex to conform to social norms or to fit in with their peers. Do you think that's why a lot of women are promiscuous these days? Because it's like the cool thing to do. Society's like, you could be a boss bitch and like own your own sexuality, girl. And so women are a lot more promiscuous now. Or do you think that it's just more in your face? Like, women have always been somewhat promiscuous. It's just always been sort of like in the shadows. And now it's just like open hypergamy, right? So that women can just sort of own their own sexuality. So they're just all out there banging every weekend, different dudes, riding that cock carousel. I think that's what it is. It's peer pressure, social conformity. What do you guys think? What do you guys think out there? Number 9 is insecurity. Women may have sex to feel more secure in a relationship or to prevent their partner from straying. Doesn't that also sort of go into the self-esteem thing? Insecurity. So they're insecure and they have low self-esteem. ChatGPT, I think you're just using different words. I think ChatGPT is just giving the same reason. It's just using a thesaurus to change the to add more to it. Or maybe that's what David Buss did, right? David Buss, when he wrote his book, to beef up the number to 237, he's just like, let's say insecurity and self-esteem. I'm gonna sneeze here. Man, don't you hate that? Like, you can feel the sneeze coming on, but then it's just like, it's just not coming. You're like, what the fuck? Anyway, that's where I was at just now. Oh, going live's great. Number 10, back to what Thor was saying here. Let's see here. The universe forces them to have sex to maintain the species. So number 10, the number 10 reason is procreation. Women may have sex to have children or to fulfill their desire to have a family. How many of you guys out there are dating right now, like are on the dating scene, and maybe you're in your 40s like me, or maybe even older, your 50s or whatever. So you don't have a problem dating those girls in their 30s, right? Because like especially a lot of the young guys that come in the space, they're like, girl in her 30s, like she's hit the wall, right? Which isn't true. Like, 30 is more of like epiphany phase stuff, right? But what you'll find is when you're dating girls in their 30s, if they haven't had kids yet, dude, chicks in their like between like 30 and 35 that haven't had kids yet have baby rabies hard, dude. They have baby rabies hard. That's one thing that like I noticed, because I have 2 kids. I don't want to have any more kids. And so when I was out dating and I was dating these gals that were like 29 to 35, they were looking for a husband, right? They were trying to stick that landing, and they wanted children because time was running out. Time was running out for them. It's crazy. Like they think they can be out there being boss bitches and that they can have it all. And they think that they can ignore their biological urges until it hits them like a fucking bag of bricks. And they're like, what? Oh shit, time's running out. What is that? Do you know what a boss bitch is good for? Pretty much just recreational purposes in our modern times. They're just the slightly higher end pump and dump. Hey, with the little coffee emoji. Hey, cheers. Oh man. Baby rabies is hilarious. It even hits the 304 super hard. It does, yeah. They can't ignore it, man. They can't ignore it. Can't ignore it, man. What does Corey Wayne say? You can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of reality. All right. Number 11. We might actually get through all 30 of these. might be able to get through all of these. I'm glad I printed out 30 of them because I was like, I originally asked for the top 10. And then I was like, I'm going to get through those too fast. So that I asked ChatGPT, can you give me 20 more? And it's like, sure. So I was like, yeah, that ought to do it. That if guys aren't sounding off in the chat, which you guys are, I appreciate that. But I was like, if guys aren't sounding off in the chat, then this I can at least get through 30 of these and at least get over 30 minutes. Stick that landing. Yeah, stick that landing. I totally see Paul as a naval aviator. I was enlisted, man. I couldn't do the aviation stuff. One of the things I did in the Navy though was I did a lot of talking on radios and stuff, right? And watching radar. And one of the watch positions I had was on the air side, right? They called it, we had surface side and air side. And for a long time I was on surface side. And I was a surface warfare supervisor, right? And that was cool. I was basically in charge of the watch section and doing like the, day-to-day navigation stuff. You would see ships out there. You'd see how close they were to coming to your ship and stuff like that. You would, like, if the helicopters were launching off the ship, you would do like wind calculations and make recommendations to the bridge on like, how far the ship needs to turn, port or starboard in order to get the winds right for the helicopter to launch safely. Stuff like that. And then they moved me over to airside, and on airside, I sat a watch station called Red Crown. If you guys ever see me wear my red hat, I have a red ball cap that has it says Red Crown, like gasoline or something on it. I bought that because it says Red Crown on it because I used to sit that in the Navy. But we used to the jet fighters and stuff would be launching off the carrier, and they have this thing. I don't want to get too into it, but they send out this signal that lets us know if they're friendly or not, right? So if they're sending a signal that says they're friendly, we know not to shoot them out of the sky. And and so you want to make sure that that's working before they fly off on their missions, because you don't want a fighter jet coming back without that, because they might get shot down. So they launch off the ship and they just sort of hover around the aircraft carrier and they check in with me. And they would say, hey, I'm up for checks. And I would tell them, hey, you're sweet, clear to switch. And then they would go off on their mission. So I used to talk to the pilots a lot. And then sometimes the fighter pilots would come over to the ship and sit with me because they wanted to know what it was that I did and like how I did my checks and stuff. And so I'd sit there with Maverick and Goose. I'd sit there with Maverick and Goose sometimes during watches, and they would be like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. Like, pilots are funny, man. They're super funny. All right, went off on a tangent there. Navy. Don't get me going on Navy Sea stories, man. One of the only reasons why I joined the Navy was so that I could have Navy Sea stories like my dad did. I grew up listening to my dad's sea stories, and I used to love them. And so I was like, oh, I want to join the military so I could have like sea stories of my own. And now I do. Mission accomplished, guys. All right, number 12. We're at number 12, right? Oh no, we're at number 11. Adventure. Women may have sex to experience excitement and adventure, right? That's why they get with those bad boys, right? They're edgy. They're edgy. It's exciting. It's adventurous. Boredom Boredom. Women may have sex to alleviate boredom or to add excitement to their life. I think that's like most of the chicks that you find on Tinder that are just down to come over right away, right? They're at home, they got nothing going on. They're like, you know what, fuck it, I'll go over and bang this bang this guy. They don't care. Make sure you wrap that rascal, guys. Make sure you wrap that rascal. Ooh, number 13, escape. Women may have sex to escape from problems or to relieve stress. Nurse Chick sent me a funny meme the other day where it's like, the meme said something like, when I'm having a really stressful day, my friends all say, hey, you should take some time to relax and get a massage and stuff like that. She's like, I just need to get railed. Yep. Sometimes you got to dick her down good so she can escape her problems for the moment. Women largely are really good at living in the moment, like men aren't. Men, we're sort of always looking into the future. We're problem solvers. We're goal oriented, stuff like that. A lot of women are just like how they feel right then in the moment. That's why a lot of women like rack up credit cards. They credit card debts. They have like millions of shoes and stuff like that because they want to feel good in the moment. And so they see they see some new high heel shoes that they can't live without. And then they buy it. And then they regret adding more to their crushing credit card debt because they didn't think into the future long enough to go, you know what? I don't need these shoes. I don't need these shoes. All right. Number 14. Yeah, I think we're going to get through all these today. Number 14, curiosity about a partner. Women may have sex to learn more about their partner's sexual desires and preferences. If you have a good girl, if you have a good girl, she'll be all about that, right? You ever had a girl that's just like, what are you into? What are you into? That's right. Wrap that rascal. You don't go into combat without the proper gear. Yep, same principle. That's what like our chiefs and stuff used to say in the Navy. Like we'd hit port and they'd be like, make sure you wrap that rascal. Number 15. Oh, this goes back to what Thor says. Where was it here? The number one reason women have sex to obtain value exchange for life, success, and resources for offspring. I think this goes hand in hand with this, but it's actually number 15, Thor. It's actually number 15, man. It's material gain, right? Women may have sex for material benefits such as money, gifts, or favors. Money, gifts, or favors. It's funny, like a lot of guys, especially in like the MGTOW community, they're like, they have the idea that like all women are whores, right? Because they all cost money. You're either paying for dinners and dates and, jewelry and flowers, or you're just straight up giving them money, right? Like, they're all whores. They're all 304s, right? So yeah, that's a lot of women. A lot of women out there are just doing it because they're trying to get something, right? They're trying to get something. You want to weed those girls out though. And it's not that hard to weed those girls out. So many guys, like, they think in order to impress women that they have to lead with their wallets, right? They have to take them on these fancy dates. They have to buy a fancy car. They have to, I don't know, like, buy women flowers and chocolates and jewelry and stuff like that. You don't have to do any of that. You can easily weed out these types of women that are using you for your money by keeping initial dates low investment, right? I had a guy in my Patreon. He was thinking about buying a fancy car. And I was like, you're wasting your money, man. Like, you don't need that. You don't need that right now. Your car's you probably have another 150,000 miles to go on your current car because it was a Japanese car and those things like last forever. I was like, your goal is right now, because he doesn't just do dating stuff, right? He's like one of those guys that are seeking life coaching stuff. And his goal is to he wants to be wealthy. He wants to get into real estate, and he has a plan. He has a solid plan, but one of the strategies that he's supposed to be doing is he has these partners that he's working with, and they're all supposed to be saving up 25 grand by the end of the year so that they have enough money to put down on this investment property that they want to go in on. And but he's thinking about buying a fancy car because he thinks that his car's not fancy enough to impress girls. And I was like, dude, you're never going to get to that 25 grand that will actually, get you where you want to be financially. If you're blowing your money on a car you don't need, you know what I mean? And cars are they're not investments. Cars are, they're liabilities, they depreciate in value. So it's just not a smart use of money. But a lot of guys think that they have to do that to impress chicks. It's like, no, you don't. If you date the way I was dating, which was first dates, I wasn't trying to bang on the first date. First dates were chemistry tests, right? I just wanted to see if I liked her or not. And so I would go on a date. I would meet them out in town. They didn't even see my car, and I would go and like take them out to drinks. Like drinks don't cost that much. And then if you don't like her, you can end it after one drink, right? Very low investment. They have no idea what I'm making, right? They ask me what I do for a living. I give them some, BS answer. Don't take it seriously. Sort of joke with them and say, I'm Batman, right? That's what I do. I fight crime dressed as a bat at night. That's what I do for a living. And then I turn around on them. What do you do? Right? Get them doing 80% of the talking. Like they have no idea how much money I'm making, what kind of car I drive. While I was dating, I was driving a what was it? A 2010 Dodge Nitro. Dodge Nitro. Dude, that's not a pimp vehicle, but it didn't matter because chicks didn't see it. You get them invested in you, and then it doesn't matter what you drive at that point, right? They're into you at that point. And you want to weed out the chicks that are like, what kind of car you drive, how much money you make and stuff. Like, you want to weed those chicks out anyway. That gets rid of those number 15 girls, the material gain girls. All right, number 16, we have God bless 304s and their horrible life decisions they make. Plus their cotton socks. Bless their cotton socks. I've never heard that. I've heard bless your heart. Yeah, that's right, man. I'm Batman. You see, it's real fun to do that. Go back and listen to my Batman game episode I did with brother Jacob, because it's really funny. He actually has on his car the bat, right? And because he does Batman games so much, he's the one that got us all doing it in the 3% Brotherhood. But what you do is you sort of like play with the chick, right? When she asks what you do for a living, just be like look around and like really, come on in. Can you keep a secret? All right. I'm a millionaire playboy by day, but I fight crime dressed as a bat at night. Don't tell anybody though. Don't tell anybody. Okay. Cops are looking for me. Right? Like chicks they're like, what the, like you get them in, invested and stuff like that. Do that kind of stuff. Like chicks are like, what? Yeah, I can keep a secret. Right? It's so much fun too. So much fun to fuck with them. Right? It's all about how you make them feel in the moment. All right. Number 16, duty or obligations, right? Women may have sex out of a sense of duty or obligation to their partner. That is exactly the same as relationship commitment. That's the same as number 6. I think David Buss is cheating on this. 237 reasons. Bullshit. I bet you like it's half that because he's just using other words to describe the same thing. That's right. Look, the cops are looking for me. Okay, you can't be out here being a vigilante like me. All right, but I'm saving the city. All right, that's what I do. Girls love that kind of crap. Okay, duty or obligation. That's essentially the same as number 6. So 16 is literally the same as number 6. Just using different words. Number 17 is manipulation. Manipulation. Women may have sex to manipulate a partner into doing something they want. You don't say. It's so funny, man. Like whenever I make TikToks or whatever talking about different ways to game chicks, right? You inevitably get people out there going, "That's manipulation." It's like, yeah, it is. It's all manipulation. Life is manipulation. So stupid. Like as if women don't manipulate men. Like women like invented manipulation, right? They're the weaker sex. That's the only way they can get what they want out of life, for a long time because they had no rights, right? Read the Art of Seduction sometime. The Art of Seduction is all about how women realized that their only agency is sexuality. So they use that to their advantage. Like it's like ingrained in women to use sexuality for manipulation purposes to control men. Because men, we want that poon. We want it. We need it, right? And so women know it, and so they sort of dangle it like a carrot, right? What? You're telling me women manipulate men? That's crazy. Oh man. Danny says, I will tell them I do something they totally know wouldn't be my work. So what do you do for a living? I'm an interior decorator. Wearing work boots and mill parka. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a hairstylist. Right? Go girl. Go girl. Hey guys, support the show. Send a super chat. All right, we got manipulation. We have number 18, hormonal urges. Women may have sex due to hormonal changes or urges. Yep. There's in the Married Man Sex Life primer, he talks about what does he call it? Does he call it like he calls it like period game or like menstrual cycle game or something like that. Basically, the whole idea is to keep track of your girl's cycle, right? Keep it on the calendar, because then like when she wants that like sort of like alpha dominant sex, and when she wants that like beta comfort type sex. Because depending on a woman's hormonal urges and needs and her cycle, she doesn't necessarily want that dominant bed shaking sex, right? Sometimes she just wants like sort of validational comfort type sex, right? It really just depends on her hormones. So that's what he talks about in that book. So yeah, her hormones might do that. You also hear Rollo talk about when they're coming up on their menstrual cycle, they start wearing the hoop earrings and start they're plunging necklines and stuff like that, and they don't even know they're doing it, right? Like it's their hormones are dressing them. Their hormones are putting on their jewelry. Oh man, let's see here. Monogamy as a goal. As a goal mindset, all my problems will be solved when I get a girlfriend. Yeah, that tends to be dudes for sure. I think for sure. Do you see women doing that, Claudio? Do you see women doing that where they're like, "Oh, all my problems will be solved when I get a boyfriend"? From now on going forward, I'm Batman. Yeah, dude, Danny, if you haven't watched that episode, go back and listen to the Batman game episode. It's pretty good. It's lots of really good gems in that episode. Let's see here. We got hormonal urges. Number 19. Yeah, I think we're going to get through all these. Arousal. Women may have sex because they feel sexually aroused. Yeah, women may have sex because they feel sexually aroused. Okay. I'm trying to see. There was something up here too. That probably goes into the pleasure thing, but there's a funny meme. I think I mentioned it on a podcast episode once. It was pretty funny. It was talking about how like women are just as horny as men. They just hide their lady boners better. Yep. Turns out women get all sorts of aroused. If you're good at like text game and stuff like that. In fact, one of the things that I tell guys when it comes to texting, right, is like if it's not going to get you sex, don't send the text. You really want to spike that heat in a woman, right? Healthy emotional anticipation and tension. And you can use text to do that, right? So you do want to keep texting and phone calls to a minimum. And it's easy to do that when you realize like you don't send chicks like boring texts like, hey, how was your day? Because it does nothing to spark arousal. But if you send the random text, right? Like last night around like 9:30 maybe, I sent just a random text to Nurse Chick, and I was like, this time tomorrow night, you're going to be naked on the couch, right? That kind of stuff sort of sparks arousal. It creates that anticipation and tension, right? And women need that for attraction and arousal. And you could use text for that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that to a chick you just met, just send random texts like that, but like if you're in a LTR, like it's perfectly like recommended to send periodic text like that like women respond well to that. All right, number 20. Oh, let's see here. These are all the different like fake jobs. Let's see here. We got I deliver drugs to fraternity parties. Yeah. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I'm a drug dealer. Yeah. I've told girls that on a date. Like, yeah, I work for the cartel, just like it, whatever. Like the more absurd, the better. And if you like get them, come on in. Can you keep a secret? When you say that, like, hey, can you keep a secret? And like, look around, like, can you keep a secret? Like chicks sort of, it makes them feel like you trust them too, right? It's all manipulation. It's all manipulation. All right. What do we get here? We got hormonal urges, arousal. Number 20 is physical attraction. Women may have sex because they are physically attracted to their partner. That's the goal, right? That's the goal. You'll find that when women aren't, when they're coming up here to the, what was it? The relationship commitment stuff, and they're scheduling the sex, is because they're not physically attracted to you anymore, typically, or they're not mentally attracted. You might be the buffest, most ripped guy on the planet, but if they're not putting out, like, there's something else about you that they're finding unattractive. It's usually whatever your actions are. You're being too passive or something. You're being a little bit of a bish, right? So you want them to have that physical attraction to you. So speaking of physical attraction, one thing, you guys see I'm wearing my Tough Mudder hat. On Sunday, I went and did a 10K race, and I talked about it on Wednesday's show. I hauled ass in that race, right? I got first in my age group, and I got number 17 out of 129 people. So I was like booking it. And after that race, like Nurse Chick was like really inspired. She was like, I think I want to take up running now. Like, so we signed up for the Montrose Mudder. It's another mud race here next month. So we're going to do the Montrose Mudder. And she signed up to do it with me. I challenged her to do it. But if you guys are overweight and, physically unattractive right now, like that's the number one thing that you need to work on. You need to work on slimming down, or, if you want to build like lean muscle mass, that's cool too. But a lot of guys, they defer to the lean muscle mass, and they never change their diet, and they just have muscle under their fat. You can't do that. You can't do that. You need to trim down somehow. You need to have that V taper look. And the way I ended up doing that was I got into running, and I do weight training too. Right now I'm doing calisthenics. I really like doing that. There's really only 4 exercises you need, right? Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups or crunches, and running. Like, I'll die on that hill. Like, those are the 4 exercises that'll keep you looking like fit and trim, and as long as your diet's in check, like you'll have a pretty decent physique. But work on that, because you want that. You want your woman to be physically attracted to you. You do. You don't want them attracted to your wallet. You don't want them attracted to what you can provide for them. You want them physically attracted, so that they want that validational sex and the self-esteem stuff and all that kind of stuff. You want that. All right. Number 21 is to feel wanted. Women may have sex to feel wanted and desired. I can see that. It's a big thing too, is like a lot of guys, they get upset because their woman doesn't initiate sex enough. It's like, dude, get that out of your head right now. If you want to have more sex, you initiate the sex. Like, women are the passive, creatures. They're the passive sex. It's feminine nature to want to be sort of, dominated, right? And so what I learned, because I used to be that way, like, I'm gonna see if she initiates, and then she won't, and then it's just like, next thing you know, like 2 months go by. It's because like women don't typically do that, and so so women actually want you to do the initiating more, because the more you initiate it, the more they feel wanted, right? Say the same way you want to feel wanted by them initiating, like they want that feeling too. So the way I look at it is like, well, what do you want, dude? Do you want more sex? Okay, well then just don't worry about her initiating. Just you initiate, take what you want, and she's going to feel desired, and that's actually going to make her feel closer to you. So it's funny how that works. And you know what? It's win-win for everybody. It's win-win for everybody. Number 22, women, one of the reasons why they want to have sex, number 22, is to feel powerful. Women may have sex to feel powerful or to exert control over their partner. Yeah, especially if they get up here to the numbers, go back to number 17, manipulation, right? They want to feel powerful. And that's their only true agency, right? That is their sexuality. That's how they manipulate and control men, right? So it makes them feel powerful to do that. Number 23, hey guys, support the show, send a super chat. Number 23 is insecurity about relationship. Women may have sex to feel more secure in a relationship or to make a partner more committed. Some of these are like doubled up here. I know they talked about that up here too. Duty or obligation. Same thing, I think, right? Insecurity about the relationship. Oh, that was up here. It was actually number 9, insecurity. So the insecurities are here twice, guys. Stupid AI. ChatGPT is bullshit, guys. ChatGPT is bullshit. If you guys are just tuning in, you're not sure of what the concept is. There's a book by Dr. David Buss called Why Women Have Sex, right? And they had 237 reasons why women have sex. And so I asked ChatGPT, based on that book, what are the top 30? And it spit out this list. So some of these we've identified as sort of duplicates. They just sort of use different wording, but they're the same thing. Number 24, we have curiosity about sex. Dude, that's literally the same one as number 4. Number 4 was curiosity. Number 24 is curiosity about sex. Women may have sex to learn more about sex or to explore different sexual experiences. That's literally the same as number 4. So number 24 is the same as 4. 25 is fantasy fulfillment. Women may have sex to fulfill a fantasy or desire. All right. Have any of you guys had a chick that, she wanted to experience something? Maybe she saw 50 Shades of Grey or read the book and was like, I want to try this out. Let me know in the chat. Oh, got to grab that book at Eric Everhard's. Yeah. Eric Everhard's book. If you like, I don't get any money for this, but in the description, I have a link to recommended reading, and Eric Everhard's book on there called Unleash Your Sexual Superpowers. It's a life-changing book, man. He teaches you how to read a clitoris like Braille. It's awesome. And he's got another book coming out too called the Tao of Eating Pussy or something. I gotta get with him and see if that book's out. Yeah. You are so right on the exercise. You got to do it, man. You got to do it. Like the guys that are struggling on, like, say, dating apps, right? If you go out and lose 10 to 20 pounds, you're going to do so much better on dating apps. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny, like the best way to look good, right? Like guys talk about wearing suits and stuff like that. You know what? If you are in good shape, like everything looks good on you. You can wear a burlap sack, So hit the gym. Take up some kind of physical activity, maybe do kickboxing or something like that. That's a good cardio workout, but watch your diet, trim down, get back into shape. You'll clean up for sure. And then also learn some of this like psychology, like learn the psychology. It works well. You get into that manipulation stuff. All right. What do we got here? 21 is feel wanted. 22, feel powerful. 23, insecurity about a relationship. Okay, so we're on, we did 25, fantasy fulfillment. So 26 is peer competition. Ooh, this is a good one. Women may have sex to compete with their peers for attention or status, right? This is why pre-selection works so good. Like women are naturally competitive with each other, right? This is also why spinning plates actually helps you on the dating circuit. And you don't have to like be in chick's face, either, right? About like you dating other women. You can let that hamster wheel spin, right? So if like, even if you're not spinning plates, but you're trying to work up to having a couple of plates, when a chick asks you if you're seeing other women, just say, you know what, I always have room for one more, right? Or right, I'm taking applications, because that can mean anything. That can mean anything, right? Yeah, I'm always accepting applications. Right? So just have fun with it, because if women think that you're dating other women, one, like you're more attracted, you're now more attractive because they think other women want you, and they want to compete. So they will pull out the stops to win your heart, because they want to win. And you want a girl that wants to win, right? you don't want to date a loser. Let's see here. We'll just go through I'll just name off the last few here, and then we'll wrap up. So we have peer competition was the last one. Number 27 is social status. Women have sex to enhance their social status or reputation. Number 28 is healing. Women may have sex to heal from emotional pain or drama. You got to go ride that cock carousel, right? Get over it. It's like, that's what guys do, right? To get over one girl, you get under 10. 29, rekindling passion. Women may have sex to rekindle passion in a long-term relationship. There you go. That's a good girl. That's a girl that's trying. Yeah. Tryouts are every Saturday afternoon, sweetie. Actually, I recommend guys, like, if you're not sleeping with chicks yet, like don't take chicks out on Friday or Saturday nights. Those are prime date nights. And if you want to get their hamster wheel turning, don't answer texts or phone calls after 7 p.m. either, right? Especially on Friday and Saturday nights. Like on Friday and Saturday nights, your phone's like dead. Even if you don't have anything better to do, just you want to set that illusion that, like if a chick on a dating app sends you a text on a Friday night after 7 and you don't get back to her till the next morning, she's wondering what you were doing that night. You know what I mean? You want that hamster wheel going. Like their imagination can be used to your advantage. Let's see here. We got peer competition, social status. Women may have sex to enhance their social status or reputation. Yep. Number 28, healing. We got that one. Rekindling passion. We got that one. And then number 30, revenge. It's a dish best served cold. All right. Revenge against a partner. Women may have sex to get revenge against a partner who has cheated or betrayed them, right? So they might bang his best friend or something, right? Right. No, women don't do that. They're pure. They don't do any of that manipulation stuff. They don't play those games. Bullshit. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for sounding off in the live chat. It's always fun to get your guys' interactions and reactions to stuff. Super fun. Appreciate that. Thank you for the guys that have sent super chats. If you guys ever tune in, you guys want to send a super chat, I'll play this for you.
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Appreciate that. And then, yeah, man, tune in tomorrow morning on Rule Zero. I'm hosting. It was actually supposed to be Troy, but Troy's a busy guy. He flies all over the world. He's basically James Bond. So he couldn't host. And so I was next on the list. So I'm hosting tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the FBI and their latest list of keywords to watch out for on the internet. Things like red pill and looks maxing and Chad and based. Those are all words that we use here in the men's space that will get you on an FBI watch list. So tune in for that. I believe this episode, when it's done, will redirect over there. So set your reminders for that. That's at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, right here on my YouTube channel. And then Monday, my episode is Chad of Arabia. That's a fun conversation. He actually lives in Saudi Arabia. He's really good at getting red pill guys all up in their feels and get them to lose frame and stuff like that. And he loves trolling those guys. So we have that conversation. We also talk about what it's like dating in the Middle East. And believe it or not, people actually date in the Middle East. They have dating apps. They have Tinder and stuff out there. And you can actually meet chicks on Tinder in Saudi Arabia. Fascinating. We learn all about that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and and do these things, and then we'll end it. If you guys haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, hit those notifications. Sound off. If you guys are watching the replay, drop a comment below. Any comment will do. Your favorite emoji, doesn't matter. If you guys are listening to the replay on like Apple Podcasts or whatever, give us a 5-star review. That helps more than you know. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. I put out 3 clips, 3 short form clips from these episodes, every day. So follow me on social media and you can get some of that stuff. That's probably how you guys found the channel. Get on the Patreon, patreon.com/comeonmanpod. You can join for as little as $10. If you want some kind of coaching, you can join tiers 2 or tiers 3. If you guys are watching live, send super chats. That actually supports the show. A lot of these episodes get demonetized. So you guys sending super chats actually, keeps the lights on. Get on the email list.comeonmanpod.com. I'll send you some free stickers. And if you like those designs, they're also available on coffee mugs and t-shirts and hoodies. And some of them are available as ball caps as well. They're a link below this video, or you can go to merch.comeonmanpod.com. For until the end of the month, use promo code earlybird and get 10% off. There's also new Rule Zero merch, so check that out. I think I'm the only guy in Rule Zero that's actually selling Rule Zero merch. Like Rollo said we could do it. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. So I think my designs are exclusive. And then check out my practical law of attraction course, loa.comeonmanpod.com. It's a mindset course. It'll help you in all areas of your life, right? Like health, wealth, and like relationship stuff. Like it'll help you. And it's all psychology based. There's no chick crack in it. There's no genies granting wishes. All right. That's all I have. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Rule Zero. We will catch you later. And you know what? Now we'll catch you later.
This has been the Come On Man podcast. Now, go out and get it.